Welcome to the verdict zone. If you're here for a simple rant about racist grandparents, you've come to the wrong place. But if you're here for the facts of a father who claims to support his daughter's interracial relationship, but chooses to hide it to appease his own racist parents, then keep watching. This isn't about the grandparents' prejudice. It's about the father's choice to prioritize their comfort over his daughter's dignity and autonomy. The facts, as we see them, expose a painful moral failure. This is a battle between modern love and archaic bigotry, and the front line is a family's living room. So, let's get into the story. It begins with the father's loud, defensive preface, a statement he probably makes a lot: "I have no problem with interracial relationships." His daughter, Anna, is dating Jamal, a black man. By all accounts, the father even finds Jamal to be a nice guy. So far, so good, right? It seems like a modern, accepting family. But the cracks start to show almost immediately. The father understands his community can be gossipy, and he claims he's the first to shut that down when he hears it. But the real threat he's worried about isn't the neighbors. It's his own parents. They're scheduled for a visit, and he knows exactly who they are: virulently racist and fiercely judgmental. He has first-hand experience with their intolerance. He's seen how they treated his own wife in the past, giving her grief over something as trivial as the length of her skirt. He knows their capacity for cruelty. This isn't speculation, it's a known fact in this family. He is fully aware of the storm that is brewing on the horizon. And this brings us to the ultimatum. Anna and Jamal's relationship is serious. It's reached the point where she wants to introduce him to her family, a natural and important step. She wants him to be a part of her life, openly and proudly. But when she tells her father this, he shuts it down. His decree is absolute: absolutely not. He doesn't even entertain the idea. His stated reason? He claims he's trying to protect her. He says he's worried his parents will cut her off, both financially and emotionally. He paints a picture of himself as a shield, standing between his daughter and the intolerant fury of her grandparents. But is that his true motive? Or is he just trying to avoid conflict? Is he more concerned about protecting his daughter, or protecting himself from his parents' wrath? It's a critical question. The fallout is immediate and devastating. Anna sees right through his excuse. She fires back with an accurate and painful accusation: he cares more about his parents' feelings than he does about hers. He is prioritizing their bigotry over her happiness. Feeling betrayed and unsupported in her own home, she makes the difficult decision to leave and stay with Jamal. In this, the father isn't entirely alone. His wife, Anna's mother, seems to stand by him, complicit in the decision. She knows her in-laws' wrath all too well, and her support for her husband seems rooted in a shared trauma, a learned instinct to keep the peace at all costs. But an outside perspective cuts through the family drama. The father's friend offers a sharp, unfiltered judgment: he's being an asshole for prioritizing his parents over his own child. This is the core of the conflict. The father's entire defense rests on a single phrase: "I know my parents." He repeats it as if it's a justification, a valid reason for his actions. But it's not a defense, it's an admission. It's an admission that he is willing to enforce their racist rules inside his own home. He is allowing their prejudice to dictate the terms of his family life. In that moment, the air in his house wasn't filled with love and support for his daughter. It was thick with the stale smell of coffee and his own quiet desperation to keep the peace with tyrants. He chose appeasement over parental duty. Now, let's move to the analysis. The father's failures are stacked one on top of the other. First, let's look at his claim versus his actions. He says, "I'm not racist." Does that statement mean anything when your actions actively accommodate and enforce racism? When you tell your daughter she must hide her partner because of the color of his skin, you are participating in the very prejudice you claim to reject. Your words become meaningless noise against the volume of your actions. Next, was this protection or betrayal? The father frames his decision as an act of love, shielding his daughter from her racist grandparents. But is it really protection to validate their prejudice? By forbidding the introduction, he sent a clear message to Anna: her grandparents' bigotry is a legitimate force that must be obeyed. He taught her that their comfort is more important than her right to love openly. That isn't protection. It is a profound betrayal of a parent's duty to affirm their child's worth. And that brings us to the home front. Whose side should a parent take in their own home? Their child's right to exist authentically and be happy? Or their own parents' demand for a bigoted comfort zone? A home should be a sanctuary. It should be the one place in the world where a child feels unconditionally loved and accepted. By siding with his parents, this father surrendered his home to their prejudice. He made it an unsafe space for his own daughter. Finally, what about the wife's complicity? Her support for her husband is complicated. It's likely born from her own painful experiences with her in-laws. It's a trauma response, an instinct to avoid conflict. But does that excuse her failure? As a mother, she also had a duty to protect her daughter, to stand up for her, and to ensure their home was a place of acceptance. Her silence was a form of agreement, another layer of betrayal for Anna. So, after examining the facts and analyzing the failures, it's time for the verdict. Is this father an asshole? Yes. The verdict is asshole. He is not a protector, he is a collaborator. By forbidding the introduction of Jamal, he didn't spare his daughter from racism, he enacted it on her behalf, right inside their own home. He forced her to hide her love to appease bigots. He sent her the message that their prejudice is more powerful than her happiness, her autonomy, and her dignity. His claim that he understands his parents is nothing more than cowardice dressed up as pragmatism. His friend was absolutely right. The line against prejudice must be drawn at the front door of your own home. If you won't defend your child there, against your own family, then your claims of allyship are just empty noise. Your duty as a parent is to your child first. Now, we turn it over to you. Should he let the grandparents meet Jamal? And if he does, what should he say to them first? Script that confrontation in the comments below. We want to hear how you think a parent should handle this. Thanks for watching. If you want more verdicts on moral courage, family loyalty, and fighting prejudice, make sure you subscribe to The Verdict Zone. Take a stand.